For Braddon.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. I thank the member for Canberra for bringing this motion before the House and welcome those endo warriors from Canberra and Sydney. Welcome. Endometriosis is a very personal medical condition which should not be ignored, and we are here today not to be silent. Today I intend to tell a story in a person's own words about the impact of endometriosis that has had on her life. Catherine, a young woman from my electorate who I know quite well, has been living with endometriosis for almost 10 years. These are Catherine's words. I started experiencing symptoms of endometriosis when I was 18 years old, but did not get a diagnosis until I was 23. I saw various doctors, all of who told me that what I was experiencing was normal and it would get better as I aged. I was experiencing extremely heavy and painful periods, bowel pain, pelvic pains that would shoot down my legs. I was constantly bloated and had pain before, during and after my period. I was basically living in pain 24/7. I was in my early 20s and was meant to be living my life, not constantly being in pain. When I protested, I was sent for a pelvic ultrasound, all of which came back clear. It was affecting my school and university studies, and I just wanted an answer. I finally saw a GP who believed the pain that I was constantly in. She immediately sent me to see an endometriosis excision specialist in Tasmania. The specialist operated on me 4 weeks after initially seeing me, and she found endometriosis on my bowel and left ovary. My bowel was twisted and stuck to my pelvic wall. When I was in recovery, I got angry. I was angry that I was seeing GPs who told me that this pain was normal, and angry that it took so long for a diagnosis. I got so angry that I decided to do volunteer work for Endometriosis Australia and make what I was going through worth something. I now assist in running an online support group for sufferers of endometriosis and ran a successful high tea to raise funds in 2016. Endometriosis is not curable, and I have had many hormonal treatments to help me manage my disease. Some have worked and some haven't. The cost of this adds up very quickly and has been very difficult to afford my treatments and medication when I've had to take time off work because of the disease. There is not much support or help for sufferers of endometriosis in the northwest of Tasmania. Everyone who suffers with the disease needs to travel to Hobart to see an endometriosis excision specialist. For some of these people, this means time off work and away from their families. I believe that it will be extremely beneficial for an endometriosis excision specialist to travel to the northwest coast of Tasmania at least once a month to see patients. Excision surgery is an effective way to treat endometriosis. However, not all gynecologists are excision specialists. Education is also a must for all, for employers, high school students, families, and of course GPs. I believe that endometriosis education needs to be included in all high schools so that young girls know that constant period pain is not normal. I also believe that sufferers of endometriosis in the northwest of Tasmania would benefit from seeing a pelvic floor specialist who understands, manages and treats the pelvic pain associated with endometriosis. Mr. Acting Speaker, I would like to congratulate Catherine for her bravery and allowing me to share her very personal story. Endometriosis affects so many people like Catherine, people's partners, families and friends, in fact 1 in 10 Australians. It is a cruel disease that leaves people suffering in silence. Being uncomfortable when you have a period is normal. Pain that stops life is not. I again congratulate the member for Canberra for bringing this motion before the House today and thank those again who've come here. And join in her in calling for the government to end the silence of this disease and for all Australians to be far more well educated of this. Thank you.